Would you rather,
Okay.
I got one, you ready? Be a sheep shagger or be the sheep that gets shagged?
I'm going sheep shagger.
Oh, you sick
Wait, no,
fuck.
that's animal abuse. I don't know. That's all fucked up, man. I jumped into that one a lot easier, a lot quicker than anyone else.
Way too quick. You're like waiting for the opportunity.
Yeah, but if you're a sheep, you don't want that to happen. That's why I jumped to the first one, but then you don't want to be doing that to another animal.
You didn't even ask me what kind of sheep it was.
That's a good point. I didn't know many other types.
It doesn't matter.
It sort of matters. Let's be real.
I don't know, man.
There's the shit ones. There's the
Shit, what? Damn.
depends if you want to go 70s. Or... All right, which one would you choose?
Neither.
You fuck. I don't know. You're getting me every time.
The last 10 years.
Yeah. Cheers. I'm Daniel.
I'm Steven.
We're drinking some Strongbow.
Strongbow apple cider.
Has to be the best cider.
You introduced me to this. I love this.
It's just the perfect one to go to. I feel like it's not too what's the word, like starchy or like heavy.
Yeah. Perfectly sweet and tarty.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some which are like lighter as well, and there's too light. But like Strongbow does have that sort of deeper taste to it as well. So it's a nice mix.
Rich apple flavor.
Mm.
Do you want to give some context as to like how we met and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was sort of going back there. The year was 2011, and I moved from my old high school to the high school that you were in. Yeah, it was just crazy because it was just like a one-day notice. Like I just came home from school from my other high school, and then I got a call from the high school we go to now, Epping Boys, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to go to Epping Boys?" And they're like, "If you want to go, you have to decide right now, and you're going to be starting tomorrow." So I was like,
wow.
Yeah, it was a huge dive, but I was like, I hated the high school that I was in, so I took the leap, and it was pretty awesome there. That's where I met you. Did we meet? We were in a few of the same classes, but did we meet in this?
First time I saw you, I was sitting behind you in English, and some kid's like, "Oh, there's a new kid in school." Another guy's got curly hair. I was like, "Oh yeah, he looks Mexican. Yeah, let's call him Carlito." So yeah, that's how Carlos and Carlito spread around.
I can't believe you're the one that started that, dude. But yeah, I do remember English class, yeah. And then everyone started calling me Carlos.
Yeah, he had long curly hair.
That was a big part of from my old high school. It was a Catholic school, so you couldn't grow your hair past a certain point. So as soon as I moved to Epping Boys, I was like, "Fuck this!" And I just started growing it out like crazy.
Rebellion.
Yeah, and well, I don't know, backfired, I guess. I guess it depends if you want to call it back, not called Carlos. It was a good way of actually sort of getting assimilated into the Epping Boys, but like,
Yeah, that's how we met, right?
yeah.
Just a group of people calling you Carlos.
Pretty much. And we pretty much hit it off straight away.
It was almost instant because I'm pretty sure within a week or two of us meeting each other, we were preparing for Soundwave 2011.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I was into Linkin Park and stuff, but I was only just starting to get into the more heavier stuff. So we just really just dove straight in, not only to like our friendship, but into that type of music. But you were a fan of like Bullet for My Valentine and
Avenged Sevenfold. Non-point, yes. Everybody down. Everybody down. Yeah. Driven by Seven Dust.
So good from the old WWE games, which we played before we were even friends. So it was just we had like a bunch of links even before.
We hit it off really quickly. It felt like we were in sync.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, we actually sync up songs. on our
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
When you hear it in the earphones when both of us listening at the same time.
and then we'll just walk away. It would come back
Yeah.
up to like the same part of the song, and
Yeah.
people were like, "What the hell?" Because we'll just start singing or like miming at the same time, and they're like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah. We were really good at trend setting, and I bet you a lot of people would disagree
100%.
because they were pretty jealous. Yeah.
And like we weren't like top tier being cool. In fact, we were not. I would say we weren't that.
We were
high
not
at
cool,
all.
man.
Exactly. It's like, no one would want to like admit that stuff, but I feel like whatever we did, we were genuine about it, and we had actual legitimate passion, and like this just such a heightened sense of whatever the day of the week like activity we were trying to do stuff, like we were 100% in.
Yeah, that's right. We went 100% in. Doesn't matter what people thought.
And I think that was extremely contagious for people.
Right?
Yeah, 'cause
the fact that it made into our year 12 video diary or whatever.
That was crazy, yeah, when we wanted to be rappers, and like that's something we still want to pursue, you know? But there was a few people that were rapping for fun and stuff, but when we jumped into it, we're looking for producers, we're writing like heaps of songs, trying to make our own music. Came up with our
We
names.
spawned an enemy crew. There was an enemy crew. We had a nemesis.
The Russell Hard?
Russell Hard crew.
Yeah. I don't know how they beat us, man.
No, hold on. That was planned. It was not a freestyle battle. We got lured into a trap.
Yes, and we're not even freestyle artists. Like I think you jumped into it a lot easier than I did, but I found the idea of rapping like it was a big thing to undertake because it's so hard to not make it sound like crap poetry and actually sound like a rhyme, like and a rap, and not like just a lame, you know, something rhymes, something time, you know, like
yeah.
Like
you
our
need a
earlier
rhythm
stuff.
and complexity.
Yeah, and have that proper sound that most rappers can sort of generate. So like we took our time writing songs, and I feel like we wrote some pretty decent stuff, especially as we went on. But in terms of freestyle, could never do that.
No, neither could I. I like the fact that writing our own lyrics gave us a chance to tell our own stories. But if you were to read my mind right now, there would be no story. It's empty, it's blank.
Right. Yeah, I think that sums us up pretty well. Just blank. At least throughout
you
high
were
school.
really good in year 10, right? Like up until you left from Holy Cross and moved to Epping Boys, you were like a good student, right?
Yeah, I was a decent student, yeah, because Holy Cross it really like hammers it home, and there was like you don't want a social life at, you know, my old high school, Holy Cross, because it's just the people. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much crap about them, but it just wasn't a good vibe there. Like, yeah, it was just crap. I think the word crap just sums it up. Like, there's a lot of people. Like, there's just certain groups, and then if you're not in those groups, you just have nowhere to belong. So, yes, it was just such a big difference. To Epping Boys.
I wasn't a bad student before you moved to the school either.
Do you think we just both brought each other down?
We definitely did, man. Remember that we spent an entire year in maths. We did no maths. We wrote songs the entire year.
Yeah,
we walked into a test without knowing that we had a test.
It was the only thing we used our laptops for, our school laptops.
Right? Yeah.
Wrote raps on them.
Good raps though.
Oh, dude, really good stuff. It started off a bit more cheesy, but our evolution of it was so good. We were inspired by the likes of Hobson, and then we moved on to like more of an Earl type inspiration, and Tyler the Creator, that whole Odd Future gang.
Yeah. Oh, that was a great time, man.
Mad Child. Like, we dove in pretty deep, some like horrorcore, really, really cool styles that you don't see.
We have very similar tastes in music though.
100%. And I feel like you've really helped me find a lot of, like, I wouldn't have gotten into this stuff if it wasn't for you, but like now this is some of my favorite stuff and I still listen to it, you know, 10 years going on.
But don't forget, you introduced me to Fort Minor, and then we found Childish Gambino together.
Childish Gambino together, yeah. That was a huge inspiration. Bonfire. Such a
That was
classic.
amazing. I remember when it came out, it was really fresh. I didn't know that Donald Glover was in Community.
Yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Because I thought his name was like, he's so used to just saying Charles Gambino, and then it's like, oh, all right, it's Donald Glover.
He has a real name. What is this?
Yeah. Crazy. And then, how do you think our friendship has like progressed from high school to now?
I reckon it was kind of like a Step Brothers moment. Have you seen the movie Step Brothers?
Yeah, I love Step Brothers.
Yeah. We kind of like clicked, and then like, are we best friends now? Yeah.
Yep.
And
Wanna
then
do karate in the basement?
And I think it hasn't changed since, dude. We've matured as people, but
Arguably.
I think as friends, we're pretty much in the same place.
Yeah, which is cool. I do think if we actually looked back, we would notice a bigger difference. But there are definitely things that have just carried on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think one of the best things is I think guys struggle to maintain friendships is because it gets very egotistical. They compete with each other. Someone wants to be better than the other person. I think we have a really good balance because we have a really good mutual respect. And, we don't want to be better than one another in any case. If one person's going somewhere, we're going to take the other person with us.
Exactly. I feel like we've done that from the beginning, whether it's at
every phase we've gone into.
Yeah, like we've done a comic book phase. We we created I'd say over 50 characters.
That ain't a phase because that's still going, dude.
Yeah, just walking.
Yeah, we gotta write that book.
Dude, honestly, I feel like every phase we've had is still going. That's the crazy thing, because I feel like we dove so much into it that we actually did some legitimately good stuff. None of it was half-assed. We don't look back at any of it and go, oh, let's just ditch that. Like, yes, we may go into other things and put things on hold, but I'm more than happy to go back into the comic book stuff. We were recently talking about writing a novel on one of them, just a short story.
We ditched the talk, though.
The talk. Yes, we ditched that, and that deserves to be ditched. That's that problem child that no one ever speaks of. It's like, my family, I love my family. But what about Billy? We never talk about Billy. Billy.
Do you want to describe what Billy is?
He's an addict child that's locked away.
No, I mean the talk man. Damn, who's Billy?
The talk is basically our thing, just trapped in an attic, never to see the light again.
I'll bring it into the light.
All right.
So basically, it was a news report, to phrase it delicately. How can you phrase this delicately? Mentally handicapped people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was almost alien.
It was very alien. We didn't speak real languages.
But we were somehow communicating.
Oh yeah. Dude, you know one of the things that I really found really cool that we can do now is when we're in a group situation and we're both on the same track of thought and we can just look at each other and know what we're both thinking.
I feel like that's a big reason why we even became like close friends in the first place. Like, we have that mental, like you said, that we're in sync a lot. We have a very similar wave pattern of thought. Not saying that we're exactly the same. Like, we definitely have like differences in our personalities and stuff, but like we have that sort of unanimous type of wavelength of thought where we know. We just know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's something weird happens in a social situation. We just look at each other. We're like, okay, that just happened.
Yeah. I suppose it was really helpful, but I think people started catching on to it.
Yeah.
Because, we'd look at each other and then we'd break off smiling or something like that.
And everyone's like,
almost cracking up, and they'd be like, all right, what's with these two?
Yeah. But dude, most of that time came from like you saying something prophetic, like something you predict something. I was like, there's no way that's the case or something, and it happened.
That's right.
You started.
That's right.
Someone said something, and I'm like, what the?
I always predict crap, and you're like, there's no way, and it comes to pass.
Yeah, and just like little look. We don't say anything. We just look at each other. I'm like, oh, again.
And then we had the crazy bets. Every time you lost, you'd make me like fudge.
I made you fudge at least like 3 times. A whole tray of fudge.
Enough for my entire family.
It still scars me.
The next bet is already up for the fudge, right?
Oh yeah, but I didn't think you'll pass this one. It's basically
I'm gonna do it.
You and your family have to eat this extremely, extremely hot noodles. It's like crazy hot.
Korean spicy noodles.
Yeah. Dude, I've had spicy ones before. I had about 2 bits of it, and then I was like, I can't. I had to just throw it out. There was no taking my time. There was no going back to it later. It was just done. Even
if I have to become that guy from TikTok, who's like, Carolina Rima in I'm gonna do it.
Dude, you're slowly becoming that guy. That guy's hilarious.
Dude, this Strongbow's good.
Dude, it's been a while since I've had it, but it's just the best cider.
It's Australian made, right?
I think so. I think it says at the top or at the back. If it's Australian, then well done.
It says made in Australian.
Nice.
Made in Australia.
Like it's the bar hold of the ciders. Every cider I ever have, I'm like, oh, it's good, but Strongbow does it better.
Oh, we had our first cider together, didn't we? 5 Seeds apple cider.
Yes, dude. Yeah. What a throwback. When was that?
2012.
Wow. That wasn't the time. That wasn't the time when we had the Corona and the Super Dry. The
extra dry. No, it wasn't the time we had the Corona and the extra dry. It was the time before that, where we went shopping. We bought all this barbecue items. We bought a whole watermelon, and we just bought like a bunch of like Tooheys 5 Seed cider.
Dude, what about Evening Glow?
Oh, that was one of. Okay, so we have this ongoing project of designing our own cocktails, and Evening Glow is 2 part cinnamon rum, 1 part lemon lime bitters mix. I think it's 4 parts Sprite topped off with bitters, so it looks exactly like lemon lime bitters.
Yeah.
But it's got that warm kick, and it has that beautiful glow from the cinnamon whiskey.
Yes, dude. You're the one that pretty much came up with it, but we sort of came up with the name and everything like sort of on the same day. But that's one of my favorite drinks even to this day. And when I ask it at a bar, every time I get like a reaction from the bartender, whether it's like, whoa, like I've never heard of that before, I'd want to try it, or like you're crazy, that's like, but no matter what, there's a reaction. So it just shows it's an original mix, lemon lime bitters and a shot of like Fireball or cinnamon whiskey.
The inspiration came from trying to be sneaky, so you could drink like, oh, it's just lemon lime bitters. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that. That makes sense because it does look exactly like a lemon lime bitters.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
We also invented the Lazarus Pit.
Lazarus Pit. What was that one again? That was Midori, right?
It was Midori, rum, V, all mixed together.
Did we have that one yet?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we've only had it once though, right?
Yeah, because it was ridiculous. We had it at the bar like idiots. It was like $16 a glass. They were like, God damn!
Cheers, let's not do this ever again.
It's like $16 for like a glass. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Good times.
We had that rum-based drink, which is really nice too. Remember that? It was strawberry mix, rum, and I think it was Red Bull.
Dude, yes. What was that one called? That was amazing.
I don't know if we named it.
Right. Dude, we should definitely come up with the name of that. I remember that being really good.
We need to come up with more drinks, man.
Dude, for sure.
The issue is we're not drinking as much cocktails.
Exactly, exactly. That was just another one of our projects we always wanted to do, you know? Making drinks, everything. It's just crazy. We want to make a movie. We're thinking of movies to make and, everything. It's just crazy.
We have our Saint and Apex shot.
Yes, Saint and Apex being our rap names.
So what was it? The
Sambuca,
shots were Black Sambuca and Fireball.
Dude, and we did that every time we went to a bar or a club or something.
Yeah, maybe once or twice, maybe a bit more than that.
Yeah. Just a little start off.
It's just the way to start the night, right?
Dude, it's such a good way to start the night. Because they're the smoothest shots I've ever had. I'm not good with shots, but you go with a good old Fireball and a Sambuca, a bit of heat and that smooth licorishness. It's great.
Ooh.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
It's been too long with lockdown and stuff to...
Do you remember that time where I got super drunk and you knew if I went home I would get in really big trouble because we were 17?
Yeah.
So you got me to roll around in the grass as revenge because I kept pranking you all year?
Dude, not even all year. You pranked me all the time, dude. I was always the butt of the joke. So here, I have you just completely helpless. You're walking home, you're so worried. You keep going on about how worried you are that your parents will, find out that you're drunk. And I think you brought up the idea, because I wouldn't have been that cruel. You thought of the idea of rolling on the grass, and I was like, yeah, do it. So you're rolling on the grass like a cartoon character.
I'm pretty sure the idea was yours, because I already had a shower before that.
That's true.
And we got some Mountain Dew at the corner shop.
You were pretty paranoid, though. I think I remember trying. You probably have a better memory than me.
The thing was, I got caught that night.
And I made you continuously roll the grass. You'd stop and I'd be like, dude, I think you missed the spot. Start rolling around.
It was like a suburban street as well. Can you imagine if someone looked out of their house, saw some kid rolling around in the grass?
You're on fire or something. Just rolling around.
Yeah, if I had looked out and seen that, I'd be like, oh, youths.
Dude, that just shows how old we're getting. Calling kids youths.
To be fair, a couple of months ago before lockdown, we got smashed and we were basically rolling around in the grass.
That's true.
Yeah.
It never
I just don't like youths.
Yeah, until we are the youths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see some progression in our maturity, I guess.
Really? Do you remember the thongs?
Trying to remember.
You wouldn't, because I had to carry you home.
Oh yes. No, I remember the thongs. Yeah. That's the drinking games though. That's never a good idea. What was the drinking game again?
So you can't drink using your right hand, or if you do, you have to take a shot. You can't say the word mine, otherwise you have to take a shot. And I believe there's a third rule that keeps changing.
Yes, every time someone gets caught, they can change that third rule.
That's right.
Until the next person gets caught. So it's just this crazy, you weren't able to drink with your right hand. You weren't able to say a number like 10 or something, or mine. And I remember going back to the thong story, losing the thong, I think it was, one of our mates, Tony, he was really drunk at this point, and Stephen would always try to catch people out. So he would be like, whose drink was this, to make someone say mine to get caught. So he says it to Tony, and Tony's already really drunk at this point. So when Stephen asks him, he goes, mine. He says it like 9 times. That means 9 shots of vodka on top of each other. You're not allowed to sip it. You're meant to down it like a shot. So I look at Tony, because I'm already drunk and I'm feeling extremely sympathetic. So I'm like, dude, you're just dead. You're literally going to die. And he looks at me, he goes, I didn't say anything. And I went, you said mine, and everyone's looking at me. So I got to like the 10th mine. I look around, I'm like, I'm dead. I'm literally dead because we had no leniency. You break the rule, you take a shot for every time you break the rule, and I just said mine 10 times in a row.
As I recall, at that stage, you had already thrown up once.
I'm almost certain I would have. And on top of when you take the shots, you have to either do star jumps, 10 star jumps, or 10 push-ups.
Didn't we do legs at the gym that day?
I think we did.
Yeah.
So I knew I was literally going to die if I had those 10 shots. And luckily, you guys were at least somewhat lenient to make me do like half that amount or something.
Yeah, I think we agreed with 4 shots.
Yeah, and me with vodka, that's not good. So that destroyed me. We ended up going for a long walk, and then I don't remember anything else. I lost.
I'm glad you don't. I'm pretty sure what we did is somewhat trespassing, I think.
Yeah, there's no way, but being that drunk, there's no way what we're going to do outside is going to be a good idea. But it was an adventure nonetheless.
It was a really great time. I think that I really miss Tony. So Tony is one of our really close friends. We work when we worked together as well. That's right. We worked together in Max Brenner.
We went to high school. We then went to the same uni for a bit, even the same class.
Yeah. We actually picked the same units together.
Yes, we did. We failed. At least I failed it miserably.
Oh no, I failed it too. We failed together. I had to pick it up again because it was a core unit for me.
And then we went to Max Brenner. We worked in Max Brenner, which was really fun. And that's where I met Tony, and I think you met Tony too.
Yeah.
Sugi, another great mate of ours. And then dude. So like we've worked together, we've studied together, we went to school together. This is crazy.
What else have we done?
Well, I guess we're doing this podcast now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I guess the idea behind the podcast is that we've been like best mates for so long that we have some amazing conversations, and sometimes these conversations deserve to be shared with other people. We've always said it, right? We've always said that sometimes I wish that, there was people that could listen in on our conversations and make commentary on it. And I guess this is us finally doing it.
Exactly, dude. It's exciting. And going back to that, contagiousness, people tend to sort of gravitate to our conversations, whether it's just how stupid it is or, whatever it is. I think it does draw at least certain amount of people, and like we just always love doing it. We've always been creative, so we love doing things that we're passionate about and finding a way to do it in a creative way. So this podcast was definitely something that we've always wanted to do. We wanted to try more specific things, less specific things, and we ended up just going, you know what, we like having a drink, we like having a talk. Why not just mix both of those together and just talk about anything and everything?
I think this has become almost like a ritual that we have. Almost every time we catch up, we sit together, have a drink and have a chat, right?
Which is like perfect because, especially with lockdowns, it's hard to, be catching up with people as much. And, this is just such a good project for us, and it keeps us going and keeps us, and like with this episode, it's a great way and great reason for us to reflect back on our friendship. 10 years. Dude.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy.
Cheers, man. Oh crap, where's my drink? Oh, it's right here.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, dude.